Hey, I'm Jason from Thrival, and we've been hearing a lot in our community about firm entrepreneurs pulling away from their work, and I want to talk to you about it a little bit. There are many layers in life that create trauma and struggle for entrepreneurs. Work is one of them, and you don't want to hurt your work, but we do need balance in our life as entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs are often imbalanced people, so that's what causes a lot of struggles. And so they'll start to pull away from their work in unhealthy ways, in imbalanced ways. So what are some things you can do? Well, the first thing to do is to be honest with yourself. If you're really struggling with your work, with your career, if you want to move away from it, if you want to run away from it, which I do want to sometimes, when you feel those levels of unhealth, you want to really be honest and admit that stuff. So you might feel bad that you're starting to think about those things, but you want to talk it out. What I do is I have to journal through those things, and that brings clarity to my mind, the things I'm thinking. And then I talk to people that I trust. I kind of share with them honestly how I'm feeling as I pull away from work. And we're getting a lot of opportunities to do that with the entrepreneurs we work with. We work intimately with people in coaching and consulting settings. And this is a common thing we're seeing, that people are pulling away, we would say running away from their work. And so we challenge them in those coaching sessions to just talk through what is causing those feelings. What are all the many, many layers that all of us are feeling that's causing us to be so fearful of our work? And we try to seek balance and bring order to why they may be feeling that way. So what might be causing some of these things? Well, it actually could be true that your work is too much. It may be something you need a break from, and that's what vacations are for. But for people who are struggling even more with their work, they may need changes in their careers. But you also don't want to act upon those things when it's not really time for a career change, or it's not something you should fully run away from. So you've got to really analyze why you feel the way you do. Journal those things so that you can actually make right assessments, because it may be time for a change in your life. And if that's the case, that's a huge deal, especially if you're an entrepreneur who's been an entrepreneur for many years. So if it's not really time for a career change, so if you shouldn't leave your work, if you shouldn't run away from your work, what do you do? Well, we talked about being honest with your emotions, but also it is time to take an inventory, take assessment of your job. You may find that there are a few tweaks you can make, and actually it can change your work in the short term. But I do want to speak to a longer term view of your work, and just keep in mind that any decisions you make now do affect your future. So there is this sowing and reaping concept in entrepreneurship that's important to keep in mind. All the decisions you make now either make you stronger later, or they actually change the trajectory of your career in ways that you may not intend. So my point is, make a real assessment of why you're pulling away from work, but don't do things that will hurt you detrimentally in the long term.